Fergal O'Brien alongside me. Big day, Fergal.
Yeah, massive day for Daniel Wells. He's a bit quirky on the orthodox mark. Surprising there he didn't play. Not just the start of the match is important, but the start of each frame. Important. Daniel gets in first. Certainly the... Because Mark, if he gets in first, even when he doesn't win the frame in one visit, he's not the...
In the meantime, that's a terrific red.
Wow.
To open proceedings. And he was talking...
The fact he's played in semi-finals. When you're breaking new ground, it can be very easy just to settle and be happy with your lot. Particularly against Dave Gilbert, last 3 frames, 3 centuries in a row. Fantastic.
Capable of. I think playing at the Crucible helped
50.
because obviously that's an iconic venue.
$23.
Maybe disappointed, frustrated. He didn't score more, but also was back to his chair, settled and involved in the match. We have seen in the past this kind of shot, Mark bizarrely playing them one-handed. Played one shot.
Not necessarily the case. Just a very clever player. And of course looking to become the oldest. That's how long that record has stood. You suspect Fergal, if Mark broke it, he probably wouldn't stand very long with it because of course Ronnie's coming up 50, John Higgins is 50 as well.
Snooker's not like that. Of course you want to get in and win in one visit, make big breaks, but a lot of the time you are determined. He's up off that very quick. Knew he caught it too thick. It's a great opportunity.
What?
It's a vast arena, this, and
7.
of course it's been very busy all week, but now to be far. And also financially, of course, for Daniel Wells to reach the final.
$13. $21.
Go into that cluster of 5. There's every chance. Right at the bottom of that cluster. Maybe the right angle on it.
$26. $34.
But I'm missing it. Brought another red into play.
34.
Yeah, I mean, even if he wins the frame, it's still a disappointment there that he didn't get it off cleanly. Suddenly it's a very open table.
Wasn't easy, but good safety. Had a good white. Might be fearful though, and probably might be in Mark's interest. You can see these reds. Yeah. Well spotted and well played.
So suddenly, ball on the table.
9.
Bad and surprising miss.
Now, it's surely going to be his frame after all.
1.
And also, he's not been sort of just lazing about when he's not been. Missed that one, but should be over the line here.
Foul. Daniel is 8 in the frame. 来，观众尽快入座，观众尽快入座。
Well,
Foul and a miss. Foul and a miss.
well, actually, he's looking at this one, so he's not taking the red on.
Same issue for Mark, trying to block.
One.
And he's got 26 on his CV. So if he were to win the title, he'd be the oldest rank
No.
event winner, but also he would have won professional titles.
There.
Yeah, and of course, you know, standards, I think it is remarkable, but I guess the class of 92, they must have inspired each other.
17.
You know, they've all seen what the others are doing, and because if you get past one of them, there's normally another lurking in the draw. Gary Wilson, if he were to beat Shaun Murphy, may
23.
The fact that from 3 different for Mark. Obviously, Ronnie's always going to dominate the headlines. John,
31.
classic match player, but I think it's Mark's. He's a bit. He won't be too charmed with that shot.
Mark Williams, 31.
Now, the only good news, he got the double kiss, which means
Tried to play it available after it. And the yellow and brown being so close together. Wasn't going to go in. But the red, he missed. It's not the fluke you mind. It's the potential 80 break that follows it. Ended up catching the green. That wasn't as planned.
Mark Williams 12.
Bit disappointing. Very surprisingly, but of the two players, it's Mark, the experienced winner. Well,
One. Seven.
judges have very
Doesn't play well really in the frame, but he's very good at winning these sorts of frames, and that's a skill in itself.
13.
He said yesterday, I've been grafting all week, but that's the danger, you know, sort of plod along and then suddenly find something, and that's why Mark Williams is just so hard to beat.
None.
the danger with Mark is that at some point his form will improve.
26.
Feel the standard of play will only get better.
34.
Well, he made that one look easy. I don't think Mark Williams ever gets on his own case if he's struggling. All his experience, just accepts it, gets on with it. Traditionally, he's been a good traveller.
42.
I remember one year he won the China Open, the time. Got his wife Joanne with him as well, so she's travelling with him. And in the end, he's rather dominated the frame. Yeah, it's been noticeable when Wells has been in the balls. He's been taking quite a while over what he's doing, almost trying to be too.
One. Mark Williams 8.
Beat him.
Exactly.
One.
Got too thick a contact.
5.
This match will end up more a battle of wills rather than skills.
Daniel Wells.
Ooh, a lot of moving parts, but nothing went in.
One.
Good pot. Judge the position well.
Six. 12.
Yeah, this is the problem when you sort of start losing. But they're still going in.
18. Daniel Wells.
It's catching.
1. Seven.
Advantage.
10.
Nicely played.
Daniel Wells. 10.
Patient. You only have to look at the colours, don't you, to see, you know, how the frame's gone. Ranking titles, of course, Williams has won 26 of them, so Wells trying to join that list. I guess in the early 80s there was, then sort of took that on in the new millennium. Of course, Ryan Day's a multiple winner as well of ranking titles. Well, it's enough.
And you feel that's ties into the theory that normally before the semi-finals table would get recovered.
Eight.
Well, not much more to do now. 5 playing time to get there. Big day for Daniel Wells, clearly. It's only his 4th set.
Probably would have taken 2-all if you'd offered him at the start of the match.
15.
And it's probably unlikely that a player will start being the biggest dictator of the pattern of play.
23.
Well, we saw him for Daniel Wells. So it's going to be effectively a best of 7 when they return after the interval. Standard it's been. Because it means he'll be in his first ranking final tomorrow.
Daniel Wells, 27 and a free.
So it's not been the most. I suspect they're both happy enough with the scoreline. Neither's played their best. Conditions have been, I think, quite to reach a final.
This is possibly the
1. Daniel Wells 1. Foul and a miss. Daniel Wells 4.
Well, now the stakes are raised.
Foul and a miss. Daniel Wells.
played it very well. Good contact.
One.
Yeah, good initial pot. Could have been an easier red 16 with a wonderful century. Yeah, it's
5.
kind of been the story of the day, isn't it? You know,
Mark Williams 5. One.
A good shot, but also a good choice of shot.
Four. Ten. Thirteen.
This time he's perfect on the blue.
$19.
The result had to come off a couple of cushions, which makes it harder to judge. That's how he ended up straight.
$25.
Surprising
Daniel
miss.
Wells,
Just had to
25.
drop it in.
1.
The rare chance they get. Just losing control of the cue ball.
Mark Williams 8.
Well, Daniel's missed.
for the black and wasn't on it, you know, wouldn't have had the angle going away from it.
1.
So it's true in any snooker match, isn't it?
Yeah, you just have to make less mistakes than your opponent. Sometimes.
4.
Very surprised the shot he's played there. Maybe he didn't have the
Daniel
perfect
Wells,
angle on the
12.
black. Maybe he couldn't. But the pink already safe. Another guaranteed 7 points would have been to his advantage, you felt. Slightly worrying signs.
1.
Daniel just trying to be a little bit too careful, trying to back his way into the final.
Nine.
Come to his rescue.
$18.
Yeah, deliberately tipped the
21.
pink out there.
$25.
He's come across.
Yeah, so pink and blue wrong.
Difficult. And that's also, he's not careful, he'll pot the white. That shot actually reminded me of a crucible match with John Higgins. John Higgins had something very smart, the pot of blue, pink and black. You're just reluctant to play it dead weight because once you know it increases the chances of...
Where did he?
Yeah, that's what I was aware of that and interested. I thought he might have fully backed himself to drop it in dead weight, but
Williams could do would be force a respot. Easy chance. Well, he's got to hit it first. And he has done it. Well, he's played the frame his way, and it looks like he's going to get the result he was looking for. But in goes the pink, and Daniel Wells is in front. This is a real battle here.
wouldn't be surprised if they crossed paths during their toilet break. They had a word with. It's been a tough day for both players, but be far tougher tomorrow. For it required will be more than offset by the joy of victory.
At the start of tournaments in qualifying setups, usually without a crowd because they're not allowed in, it's all a bit soulless, but this is what it's all about. Travelling to this snooker mad part of the world. Iraq, aren't they? They've been threatened several times already today.
Both players today have been very reluctant in playing safety shots, to play aggressive, positive safety shots and feels like nearly every frame has a little spell like this.
One.
We're looking to
9.
yeah, elected to screw into them. Neither player can just get anything going.
But when it's heavy and they don't open, then it's much harder. And we've seen that really throughout this match.
Mark getting not just the referee, but Daniel to have a look at it.
Still, well, he just turned 20. Sorry, 21 at the time. 21-year-old wins a ranking event now. Well, he was worried he'd careered into the reds there, but he just glanced off them.
On the ball and repeat the sequence.
Yeah, it's just harder and harder, isn't it, when it's been the sort of match it's been. But this
1.
did tonight. So they've been told they won't start a new frame after. We'll see.
7.
As I say, the players won't be aware.
You feel if one player slightly more attacking nature,
15.
force or spark a reaction, the other player, they follow suit.
$23. $31. $39.
Looking for that extra little bit of fluency. Helps that he's
47.
in good position.
Question now, is this the start of Mark Williams upping his game? Is this red for a 4-3 lead?
55.
So this is better. It still took a bit of... Left a chance. The black this time free, which it hasn't been for most of the match. And Mark Williams has done...
Very important for Daniel.
63.
It's hard to see him going back from...
$71.
Quick player, but never appears to be rushed. Just saunters round the table.
79.
By the time he's got around to decisive, committed. You would have to say
87.
out of nowhere, he's made a very...
Yeah, he's kept his good humour. We saw him coming back after the last frame. Someone shouted, "Come on, Mark," and he said, "I'm doing my..." Looks like we're going to see a century. Going to see some real quality from...
95.
But this is what great champions do.
As well, probably didn't do Mark any harm.
104.
You feel a slight drop.
107.
It's his third century. Also up his game. It's never been more than a frame in it, but as
111.
Fergal says, the next frame ain't huge because Williams
116. 122.
well, given clear.
Who gets control, gets the first chance.
One.
And open them up.
9.
More or less perfect position there.
Foul.
Decided to
1.
Well, he'll be concerned in his. Oh, what a pot. What a pot to keep it going.
7.
Well, things have shifted here, haven't they? Williams has upped his game.
As the white was travelling down there, you could see him willing the white to
Magnum's 10.
be in a position to leave a red.
Both.
Electing to play safety instead. Had to play that with a trade.
One.
There again, evidence of that great single ball potting that one way or another gives you a chance to take control of the frame, either following it with a good safety or
8.
If it went for the back, it definitely hit the red.
15.
Now, just to say, as Williams goes about his business here on TNT's The Golden Trail, the World Series, the grand finale.
21.
And this will be live very shortly on Eurosport and on TNT. And it's all on our digital platforms as well. But for our viewers...
29.
Williams, meantime, continuing 38 the lead with this black. So he's found
37. $45.
Seen from the last camera shot, this red is available along the black.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that way. If he did miss it,
Williams,
played on the hard side.
53. One.
And that should be that as far as this frame is concerned, and it makes the table to try and get in if he can and then start scoring.
I wonder if both players are open to get it done and not have to come back. And also for Daniel, it can be difficult mentally to know that even...
Yes, we've been told that they wouldn't start a frame after 20 minutes from now, so suggests this could be the last frame. Of course, there was a few years ago, well, 4 years ago actually, 2021 World Championship, the semi-final came back for an extra session. Now it's already 4 sessions, 7, so he had a few anxious hours thinking about the fact he hadn't won it as Williams knocks in a great red. I'm sure you were never that in that position, Fergal, having to come back late at night for anything.
Once or twice, yeah. Oh. Turns out he didn't even hit the red. Didn't leave an easy pot, but he left a pot. To play into the pack. See? Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Foul, enemies. Magnum's 5. One.
Well, he was in trouble, and he could be in some more.
Eight.
Yes, I mean, it's not over yet, but...
$15.
It is indeed.
22. 25.
Well,
Now
didn't see that.
25.
Miss-
One. Williams 1.
He did have a look at. .37 ahead. There's no way Mark will be rack. Took the opportunity there. Get that black.
Yeah, in this scenario, it's kind of up to the player in front, isn't it? But at the same time, as you say, saw a chance to get a big colour towards a cushion.
Can't ever recall watching a match where there's been so many of those.
Play for Mark Williams here.
That was a number slightly here. Mark playing this red. Danny can play.
One.
Yeah, good pot.
Then it was 7. Foul.
Williams, 20. Yeah, that could Murphy tonight.
One. Seven.
Smart player, doesn't he? So much tablecraft, so much knowledge and experience. Sees everything, sees every shot. Yeah, and although it's true that he can cope with victory and defeat in the same way, as competitive as anybody.
$16.
Is. Daniel Wells has battled hard, just couldn't quite. But it looks like Mark Williams is our first finalist.
But when the dust settles, he'll take the positives of the season.
Mauer.
Well, he could just get through and...
One. Then you were 7.
Ideally wanted the yellow by the pink, I guess. Even so, Williams hasn't hit it.
4. Then it was 4.
Big target. Not only to get Snookers behind, but also if Daniel could pot the yellow. The kind of day and match it's been, you couldn't rule it out him getting these Snookers. Just going to say, had to be careful. Just deep swear.
Possibly force a respawn. With the cue ball.
Missed it.
Yeah, so... After all that, he left the gap. But it's 20. But Williams has been able to.
Williams 2.
Where's this cue ball?
3.
Where is it? So still able to tie the frame.
Then you was 3.
So close. Some breathing space then.
Fault.
And hit the brown.
-4.
Red, leave the brown on for Mark.
Bar, but he's going to have to get another snooker now. And he should be in one here. Yeah. Oh, not nice. Oh, he's hit the pink.
Fault.
And
Oh, the
there's the
six.
concession.